Hi everybody, welcome to Anne Summers Bra Fit Training. With me today is my assistant, Jo. How brave is she? She's going to be braving it all today. First things first, I just want to run through what you're going to get in your bra fit kit for £60. There is no commission on that. It is a £60 item. Will get delivered straight to you when you order one. So, first things first is you will get the Anne Summers Training Workbook. This you will need to keep with you at all times. Still now, after a lot of bra fit training, I still need to refer back to this book still, yeah? Also in your kit, you will get the 5-point fit. So the 5 things that we look for to fit you into the perfect size bra. You will also get the lanyard with the same 5-point fit card on, and the fact that you're a bra fit expert, it is always a good thing to add another string to your bow offering bra fit parties. You don't get things like this. This is something that was launched back in the day when bra fit was first launched a couple of years ago. But I'm sure if you speak to your leader, she'll have one somewhere where she can just whiz that over to you on email for you to print it out. And you obviously don't get the stands. You can get these from stationery shops, etc, etc. And you know, it's just an A4 stand. Obviously I'm using my ironing board display. I use this in a lot of parties, for raffles, bar fits, whatever. Also in there you will get your 2 back extender and then your 3 back extender. Again, these are compulsory for this kit. Please don't go ordering the normal bra extenders that we can order from the catalogue. They're not the same thing. They look similar, they do a similar job, they are not the same thing. These are colour coded for a reason. Then also in your bra fit kit, you will get 3 bras with the blue bows. So all of these bras with the blue bows are all 32 back. Then you will get a bigger selection of the red bows. In that selection you get 6 of those, and they are all a 34 back. And then on the yellow bows, you get 3 of those and they are all a 36 back. So in total, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bras in your bra fit kit. I advise anybody, do not sell a single one of these from your kit, regardless of how much a customer battles you for it because she's now got the perfect fitting bra. You can sell her a bra out of the catalogue. Keep your kit as your kit. It is so important. And that is why they have got the different coloured bows on, just so it makes your life easier when you're doing a bra fit party or a bra fit one-to-one. You don't get a bag to put these in, so I just use my old battered Anne Summers case, but any bag, any case will do, just to keep things all together. So when you get a bra fit party, you just pick that bag up and away you go. Also, you don't get a tape measure in there, but you will need to buy a tape measure. They're a £1, yeah? So basically, it's £61 to get your full bra fit kit and a tape measure. So, first things first, what I would recommend you do is get to understand your styles of bras. It's a waste of time you selling somebody a balconette if she always wears a plunge. The same, it's a waste of time you selling somebody a plunge if she wants a peephole. So the first video I would recommend you to watch is on YouTube, and it's called Let's Talk Bras, an Anne Summers Guide to Bra Terminology. It is just a 6-minute video. I would really recommend that you watch that and keep watching it until you are fluent with the difference between your bras and what each style of bra is going to do for you and going to do for your customers. Also, I do have to say that while this is bra fit training, you're not going to necessarily watch this video and be amazing at bra fitting. I say that because when I had the training a couple of years ago, I literally got my daughters round, my friends round, my in-laws round, and I practiced. And it's with that practice that you are going to get to be an expert bra fitter. I wouldn't just watch this video and go out and book a bra fit party. That is my definite top tip for this video. You must practice. Get your friends round, get the sisters round, the in-laws round, anybody with boobs, get them round. So we've now got Jo. So if I was doing a one-to-one bra fit consultation, Yeah, Jo is one of my leaders. I asked her if she wouldn't mind doing this video. Not a problem. So this is Jo. So if I was doing a bra fit one-to-one consultation, I'd obviously make sure the blinds are closed, and I'd say to Jo, are you okay with just taking your top off, and are you okay with me touching you? Mm-hmm. You do have to ask that, because some women seem to think you can bra fit without actually making physical contact. Strange. So Jo, if I can ask you to remove your top, please.
Yeah.
And if I can ask you what size bra you are wearing?
A 34C.
A 34C. So on your 5-point check, I think without even looking, you can see this is totally wrong for Jo. Yeah? So this is what we get at a lot of bra fit one-to-one consultations. At 18, people was measured, there was a 32C, and at 40, they still buy a 32C, because back in the day, that is the size they was measured at. You do need constant remeasuring. Every 6 months, I would recommend. If you're pregnant, if you're having babies, if you're going through your change, if you've had a weight gain, if you've had a weight loss, there's that many things that will fluctuate the size of these. So I would recommend every 6 months that you book in for another one-to-one, or book in another one-to-one bra fit party. So Jo, I'm just going to check that that is the size that you tell me. So I'm going to look at the bra that she's wearing, and this is a 34D. Yeah, so on the 5-point bra check, we are going to check the band. So the band has to be fitting comfortable. Yeah, so as long as you can put 2 fingers round that band, yeah, then I would say that's the right way to go. If you can pull it back so far, then obviously the band is too big. The next thing we check are the straps. So do the straps hook easy on and off? They don't. You can see the pure indentation on Jo's shoulders here, because this is the wrong size bra. So you can see I'm really having to lift those off. It's not an easy on and off job. We also check the centre front that fits across your breastbone. So that is here. And why it's like sitting on Jo's breastbone, you can see that the top bit actually isn't quite right. It's not a flat fit. Then we're going to check the wires. This is where you will need both hands and check that both the underwires are around and not on any breast tissue. That is so important. It will damage breast tissue if you have got your bra wires onto your breast tissue. It has to sit where your breasts end. So that is where you will have to be touching to check that. As I say again, that is just on the cusp of Jo's breast tissue. So again, it's the wrong size. And then we're going to check the cup. So we can see that this cup, yeah, Jo is spilling out of it. I like that. Yeah, don't do that to customers, please don't do that. Yeah, we can see that Jo is spilling out of this cup. So as I said before, Jo is wearing a 34D. So the first thing I'm going to try with Jo is put Jo in a 34E. We're going to change this cup size first, just to see what difference that makes. So I'm going to go to the Bible of Bra Fitting book, and in here is a graph. So this is your most important page. So every bra we do with a blue box, a red box, a yellow box, or the coloured in purple and pink boxes, is every bra size that this bra fit kit will allow you to measure. Yeah. So we're going to look. I want Jo to try on a 34E. So to get a 34E, we have got that because it's got a red box around it. If I go to the red bras and find a 34E, and I'm just going to ask Jo to go out of the room and try that on. Don't expect that people are going to strip off in front of a room full of people, or even in front of you. They're not going to want to do that. Not unless they are your friends and family and, well, hey, everybody's got the baps out. So I'm just going to ask Jo to go and try on this 34E. So we now have Jo back in the 34E, the one with the red bow on the front. Let me get rid of that. So again, if we're going to do the 5-point check, we are going to check the band. Now always remember, when you've been past, Jo, you've been quality control past. Always remember, when you are buying new bras, you start the fastening on the first one. When you've washed and worn them for a few times, you're going to adjust it to the second. And when they're on the last legs, ready for the bin, you're going to start fastening on the third because of the natural elasticity in a bra. Yeah? So, I would always recommend hand washing your bras, just so you get a longer life out of them, because washing and tumble drying them will damage your wires, will damage the fabrics, and they just won't last as long. So I would really recommend that you hand wash your bras. So we have Joe with the 2 fingers, and that back is a nice fit. Yeah, you can see it only just slightly pulls out. So I'm saying that that back size of a 34 is absolutely fine for Joe. Again, if we check the straps, we can just unhook them. Now they are still a bit tight, so I'm just going to loosen them off. Just slightly loosen them off, because Joe has come for a bra fit experience. So Joe wants to go home feeling the best she can with a new order of fantastic bras coming in her actual size. So if again, we can just see how much easier now that is for the bra strap. So there'll be no more of these indentations on Joe's shoulders. We're then going to check the centre front is fitting flat against Joe's breastbone. That is absolutely perfect. And then the wires, again, we're going to need 2 hands for the wires, just to check that now we've gone to a bigger cup size, that the wires are not sitting on any breast tissue. Again, that's fine. And this is what I say, you are really going to need your friends and family and everybody's support on this, because I can give you this training to show you how to use it, but you're going to need the kit and everybody's support. Have a room full of people, one by one, measure them all. Then, once you know then that you are confident in being able to meet a stranger to then do a bra fit, go ahead and you will make your money back with this kit. I can't even tell you how quick. I think I earned mine back in the first day of receiving it, because I was just on it that much. So then we're going to check the cups. So I can't see any overspill, and again I can't see any gap. Yeah, I can just put my finger in there, and that is a perfect fit cup. So Joe came wearing a 34D, and just the slight change of changing her to an E has made all the difference. Now I do really wish that we had somebody here that needed the straps. So I'm just going to have a look at 34E. So a 34E would be a sister size 2. There is sister sizes, by the way, ladies. So let me just run through the sister sizes. You can go, so a 34E, you can go down a cup and up a back. So that would make a 34E a 36 double D. Yeah? The same way you can change that and go 34E can be then a back lower, so a 32, and a 1 size bigger on the cup, which would be a 32F. So if you're looking on Gino and everything you want in a 34E is out of stock, you can recommend a sister size of a 36 double D or a 32F. I would really master that as well. Now, sister size, and I will admit, is not for everybody. The minute you're telling somebody that you're going to buy them a different size back and a different size cup, panic stations hit, I'm just not going to bother ordering. That's absolutely fine. Don't hound a customer because you know you're right. We know we're right. You know you're right. Your customers take some convincing. If they live local, tell her to pop the kettle on. Get around with your bra fit kit. Prove your point. So, the way these bra extenders work, I'm going to try and do this as best as I can without a model that's not on the thing. So, for example, if Joe was a 40-bit, was a 36D. So we can see there a 36D has got a purple box around it. That means that you would need to be using the purple bit of the bra extender. So the way you're going to make a 36D, because there is not one in that kit, is you're going to go and get your red 34 double D. So you go 1 box above. Yeah, so I'm just going to go and get the red 34 double D. And again, I'm going to fasten on the first fastening. and then again on there. So it's got the 2 hooks on the back there. So again on the first fastening. So that, with the bra extender, I would then be able to say to a 36D person, go and try this bra on with this extender. If it fits, that means you are a 36D. But the way we've made that is a 34 double D bra with that back extender. So anything with the coloured box round, whether it's purple or pink, you go to 1 above, yeah? But if then you're needing the different size, so a 38C, you can make a 38C by going to a 34 double D and using the bra extender on pink. As I say, I'm so sorry I have not got a different selection of women here to actually master this. But that is how you use this. And Jo is the most easiest bra fit I've probably ever done in my life. I could do it every day. But you, as I say, you are going to need this book. You are going to need this plan. You're going to need family and friends round on a daily basis until you've measured it. If you're lucky enough to live near other ambassadors in your team or not, have an hour together. You know, you measure her, let her measure you, and get that confidence within yourselves that now you can go out and you can offer one-to-one bra fit consultations. Most importantly, you can now offer bra fit parties. So for the sizes that we don't cover in a bra fit kit until we get the kit extended, yeah, we don't cover super small boob sizes. And on the other end of the scale, we don't cover big sizes. So at the minute, I'm a size 20 and I buy a 40E bra. There is no way, well, it's saying now 40 would, but when I was 5 stone heavier, I was a 44, whatever I was, there was no way that a bra fitting kit would have fit my boobs. But don't go saying at parties, oh, it won't fit you and it won't fit you and you're too big and you're too small. Don't make anybody feel uncomfortable. In here is also the guide for tape measuring. It's a system that's been used for years and years and years, but this will be a bra measure, whereas this is a bra fit. So that's your 2 differences. So for people who necessarily haven't got £60 at the moment to go and buy a bra fit kit, I'm sure everybody's got £1, kids' money boxes, to go and buy a tape measure. So the way the tape measuring works is use the inches. Everything else was the inches. So I'd ask Jo to hold her arms out slightly, and I would measure under the wire of a cup, if you can just lift that cup up a bit. And again, that comes to a 34. Yeah, so can we see a 34? So Jo's band size is a 34. Then we're going to go straight over Jo's cup. And that comes to a 40. So Jo measures a 34 just slightly under her bra cup, bra band, or under wires, I know what I mean. And she comes to a 40 around her bust, the fullest part. So you're going to get to 34. 35 is going to be an A. 36 is going to be a B. 37 is a C. 38 is a D. A 39 is a double D. And a 40 is a E. So Jo would measure at a 34 E. Yeah, so for each number up you go a bra cup. So we go A, B, C, D, double D, E, F and G. Yeah, and that is the way that would go. So as I say, I've got nobody else here to try this on, but I bra fit Jo as a 34E, and I've also bra measured Jo as a 34E, and that is as accurate as you can try and get it to people that are either too small for the bra fit kit to work or too big for the bra fit kit to work.